All right. Welcome to the June 1st, 2020 Planning Board. This is a work session of the Town of Babylon Planning Board. Denise, you want to go to the agenda?
Sure. So item A on the agenda is a work session or recommendation to the town board for a change of zone for the subdivision, job number 19-45BE, MR Property Builders, LLC.
Matt? Comments?
Yes, this is an application that we heard on February 2nd of 2020. It's a property that contains one single family house in an e-business zone. They would like to subdivide and build a second home on this property, but in order to do so, they have to rezone to C residence, which is what the adjacent residential properties are zoned. I believe all planning comments have been addressed and there were no concerns raised at the public hearing.
All right. What action do we take? Do we need to close the hearing right to the resolution? Richard?
Yeah, so if you go to page 3, item G is resolution, recommendation to the town board for a change of zone subdivision. And again, it's job number 19-45BE, MR Property Builders, LLC.
So we need a motion to recommend this change of zone to the town board, correct?
Motion for the recommendation.
Okay. Second, Julianne, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No. Resolution is approved. Denise.
Item B, work session, site plan review, subdivision, job number 19-19ABE, Bunt Development Corp.
Matt?
So last week, we had closed the record and brought this back. This is a development for 81 bedroom condominium units off Albany Avenue in North Babylon. The town board approved the change of zone. There were no outstanding planning comments or comments from any other divisions.
Just a correction, that was North Amityville, man.
North Amityville, that should be.
Did you? Okay.
North Amityville, sorry, I might have misspoke there.
Okay.
All right, Denise, do we jump to two?
So we have a neg deck on page 2, neg deck resolution for site plan review subdivision, job number 19-19ABE, Bunt Development Corp.
All right, so I need a motion to approve the negative declaration. Motion by Ed Wynn.
Motion?
Thank you. Second by Dan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approved. Any opposed? No opposed. Was there an abstention? No? Okay. Resolution is approved.
Now we have to go to page 3, letter H, resolution, site plan review, subdivision, planning board job number 19-19ABE, Bunt Development Corp.
All right, Matt. We need to approve resolution.
Correct, this is the resolution for the site plan approval and the subdivision.
This is to approve the site plan. Any question? No. Okay, a motion by Ed Wood. Second by Frank. All in favor? Approved.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No. Okay, approved.
So back to page 1, letter C, work session subdivision, planning board job number 19-41B, Easton Home Building Corp. This is on our reserved calendar on page 9. It's also on the agenda for a decision, so we would have to close the record on page 9 first, which is under January 13th, 2020, job number 19-41B, Easton Home Building Corp.
Okay. So we need a motion to close the hearing from January 13th. Could I have a motion? Let's see, who's there? Michael? Motion,
Yes.
Michael? Second, Frank?
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Approved. Okay, the record closed.
So this is going to bring us to page 2, neg deck for resolution subdivision, planning board job number 19-41B, Easton Home Building Corp.
All right, are there any questions? If not, we need a motion to approve the negative declaration for job 19 motion by Dan,
Motion.
second Michael, all in favor?
Aye.
If opposition? None, hearing none, there is approved, declared.
So this brings us to page 2, item D, work session / site plan review, job number 18-44A, Linza Products Corp. This is also on our reserved calendar on page 9.
Matt, do you want to describe where it stands right now?
Sure. So we just need a motion to close the record. We had the revisions that came in last were looked at by a few departments that had outstanding comments. Planning, highway engineering, and engineering. All departments have signed off. All departmental comments have been addressed. The planning resolution includes a number of requested conditions and covenants by the board to address the concerns that were raised by the public. And the site plan reflects some of these changes as well. An 8-foot high fence and 8-foot high plantings were imposed across the entire residential or property line that borders residential. They've agreed to covenants and restrictions that limit the use of loading docks or loading activities between the hours of 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. to the loading dock located on Wyandanch Avenue away from residential. They've relocated a propane storage area, which received some loud deliveries at late in the night to a location closer on Wyandanch Avenue. They made some of the requested changes that the board had asked for in terms of architecture. They brought the stone veneer up higher along the facade of the building to approximately 8 to 10 feet above the doors, which was requested. And I believe, Rich Grow could speak to it as well, but, we did do a site inspection and asked them to address some cleanup of the property. There are some lengthy covenants on the property regarding solid waste management and management of recyclables on site. And the site, I believe Rich can attest to, was in much better order upon secondary inspection, but I'll let Rich jump in on that.
Rich, do you want to add something?
Yes, we did in fact do a follow-up inspection, and conditions, were greatly improved. And the SECRA covers a lot of mitigation measures, and there's a lot of good conditions to address the issues we had with solid waste management on the site, windblown, litter, that sort of thing. So we're pretty confident at this point that we've addressed all of the concerns.
Good, thank you. Do any of the members of the planning board have any questions?
No.
Denise, do we need to close the record? Go
Yes.
from December
We need to
2nd?
close the record first.
Okay, so I need a motion to close. A motion, Julianne,
Motion to close.
second by Jerry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The record.
So this brings us back to page 3, item F. So this is the neg deck resolution, site plan review for a planning board job number 18-44A, Linza Products Corp.
Okay,
Before we jump into that, I just want to point out that I had sent out earlier in an email today, there was an edited version of this resolution that didn't make everyone's packet. And I'll defer to Rich Grow if you got a chance to review to make sure that it's satisfactory or if there's any changes.
Yes, I did take a look at the resolution, and it's all in order. It's covered all of the relevant environmental issues. It's ready for adoption. by the board. Thank you.
Do any of the board members have any questions? Hearing none. We need a motion to approve the negative declaration for job 1844A Linzer Products Corp. Could I have a motion from Frank?
Motion.
Second, Dan?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Any opposed? Hearing none, the resolution is approved.
So we're on page 4, item I, resolution site plan review, 18-44A, Linza Products Corp.
All right, are there any of the board members have? No? Okay, could we have a motion from, second from Michael to approve the site plan?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Hearing none, the resolution is approved.
Item J, resolution modified site plan review for convenience store, planning board job number 10-25AN, Alan Leon Petroleum.
Okay. Matt?
Yes, this came in, it's an older planning board job from 2010. They came in for a modification, strictly to make an update to the facade of the building. It was much more attractive, in my opinion. It was reviewed by the planning department, the building department, and they brought just a cultured stone veneer about halfway up the building. And I think it's a much more attractive building, but that was the only change other than that, there was no changes to the approved site plan.
Okay. A question, Richard, why does this come back to the planning board for veneer changes?
Well, there's a call by the department in terms of the existing conditions, covenants, restrictions, and whether it's a departmental change or has to come back for us to approve. It's a matter of the existing conditions that are there, so that's
Richard, we're having a hard time hearing some of your comments.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm on a telephone line as I wasn't upgraded. So it's a matter of degrees. It's a call made by the commissioner based upon the existing conditions and some other factors, whether it's deemed to rise to the level of the planning board, during planning board action. In this case, that was the determination.
Okay, thank you. Do any of the members have any questions? Are there any questions? No? Okay. Motion by Jerry O'Neill,
Motion.
second by Ed Wynn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, resolution is approved.
Item K, resolution modified site plan review, change of zone, number 1, planning board job number 18-51AE, Parkway Village Estates.
Matthew?
Yes, so this is Parkway Village Estates. It's a proposed apartment complex on Old Deer Park Avenue, adjacent to Marion Vetter Elementary School, recently approved by the board. The plans were modified to make some minor changes to the site plan, which included changing some of the fencing from 6 foot in height to 8 feet in height, particularly along the northern property line that abuts the school. That came as a result of a conversation between the applicant and the school, and they reflected that that was something that they wanted. That does require a variance from our code, so that's why it came back through the planning board process. Additionally, they've increased some of the buffer planting heights in 2 locations adjacent to the playground of the school to provide extra screening and privacy, and to some of the adjacent neighbors, residential neighbors to the south of the property, and they raised those planting heights to 10 feet in height at time of planting. There's some nice additional screening and privacy provided to the neighbors.
What about the west?
The west side, they did not change because they are maintaining that existing 25-foot natural buffer. That is also being supplemented with infill plantings as necessary. But they maintained a lot of the natural vegetation in that location as well.
Not really. I saw it all cut down.
Yeah, I mean, I can follow up with the site engineering inspector and look. I'm as far as I'm aware, they were maintaining, and then there are infill evergreens similar that are placed on the other property lines that would infill at those locations where they had to cut down. The plans always called for a certain amount of shrubbery or vegetation be cut down based off health or things like that, but they maintained existing what was healthy.
How far out is the north side fence line coming out? Is it going to be just to the building, or is it going to be passing the building?
I believe it's approximately 25 to 30 feet west of Deer Park Avenue. So I don't know where that is in relation to the building line of the school, but they do have a 4 foot estate or a 4 to 6 foot high estate fence that comes back significantly off the property, so as not to cause a sightline issue.
Okay.
Are there any other questions or comments? Okay. Hearing none. I'm sorry, was that somebody? No. Okay, hearing none. Can we have a motion? A motion, Dan?
Motion.
Okay. Second, Frank?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, the resolution is approved.
Resolution modified site plan review, change of zone, number 2, planning board job number 06-19AE, Mall Holding Corp.
This is another old planning board job that was approved by the board. There were a couple of iterations of it, but it is essentially a doctor's office. It consists of 2 sites. They came back for a modified site plan approval based on the fact that it had been so long since the project was originally approved that when they went to get their permit from Suffolk County DPW for work on Wellwood Avenue, the ADA standards had changed from the time it was approved to now, so they needed a new 239F referral. And in order for us to refer it to the town, we needed a modified application on board. So that was the initial prompt. Additionally, over the course of the review, they made some additional changes to the plans, which included adding some tandem employee parking to the south side of one of the buildings, and relocated a refuse enclosure to a more suitable location. But the plans have been reviewed by all the necessary departments, and there are no outstanding comments.
Are there any questions? None? Okay, a motion by Michael. By Ed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved? Opposed? None? Resolution.
We're up to L, resolution subdivision 19-41B, Eastern Home Building Corp.
Didn't we do this one already?
Oh, yeah, I did it on the closed record. I'm sorry. We're up to, I'm sorry, item M, architectural review, application number 133687, Dingle Bay Enterprises.
Matthew,
Yes, this is a construction of a new house. Everything is in good order with this application.
okay. Let's see, motion by Julianne, second by Jerry, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All right.
Thank you.
Any questions?
We're on the communications.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1 is a memo dated March 11th from Commissioner Shelfo to Patrick Halpin regarding planning board job number 1025AN for Alan Leon Petroleum, stating no objection to the approval of the modified site plan, which is what we had just voted on.
Okay, read and filed.
Number 2, memo dated April 28th, 2020, from Commissioner Shelfo to Patrick Halpin regarding Planning Board Job Number 1851AE, Parkway Village Estates, stating no objection to the modified site plan, also that we just voted on.
Okay, read and filed.
Number 3, memo dated April 10th, 2020, from Commissioner Shelfo to Patrick Halpin regarding Planning Board Job Number 0619AE, Mall Holding Corp., stating no objection to the approval of modified site plan.
Read and filed.
Item 4, letter from Stephen Bolello to Patrick Halpin regarding Planning Board Job Number 1920B, requesting an extension of time.
Matthew?
Yes, so this is the first extension of time request for this applicant. And I don't know, I believe that they are still working on some of their outside approvals necessary for obtaining a building permit. And if you refer to item 5 under communications, there's a memo from the commissioner stating no objection to this approval. And that's the first approval, and it's a 6-month block.
Okay, read and filed.
We need a vote on number 4.
All right, we need a motion to extend the application 6 months. Let's see, motion, I'm sorry?
Motion to, required to grant the extension, sir.
Okay, to grant the extension, thank you. Okay, motion by Michael. Second by Jerry, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 6, letter dated May 6, 2020, from Andrew Rea, Town Clerk, Town of Huntington, to the Town of Babylon regarding the adoption of resolutions.
All right, Matthew?
Yeah, I believe this is just a standard referral for a code amendment as per general municipal law. It has to be referred to the adjacent municipality.
Okay, read and filed.
Acceptance of minutes for the May 11th, 2020 meeting.
Okay, Michael, do you have any comments?
No, the abstentions were all in the right places. It was fine. It was very extensive material, but, nothing eventful happened at that meeting.
All right, motion by Michael, second by Dan, all in favor?
Aye.
Now we're going to go to page 10 of the reserve calendar. So the number under January 27th, job number 19-51B, 67 Calvert Inc. The record was extended to tonight.
Matthew?
Yes, this is a minor subdivision application. This is the one, there was a little bit of a grading issue at the south, I believe it was the southeast corner of the property. It kind of fell into a hole. And the board had asked the applicant to address this with the engineering division. And I believe they just recently submitted revisions this week or so. So in speaking with Brian, the planner on this job, he recommended extending the record to June 15th, 2020.
Okay. Could I have a motion to extend the record to June 15th, 2020? Jerry?
Motion.
Second, Ed?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, record is extended.
Under public hearing date, February 3rd, Planning Board Job Number 19-45BE, MR Property Builders LLC, record extended to tonight.
This was the matter that was on our agenda earlier. The board just approved a resolution for the recommendation to town board for the change of zone. So now we need to extend the record until after the town board has had their public hearing. We recommend extending the record to July 8th, 2020.
Okay. Let's see, motion by Ed, second by
Motion.
Mike.
Second.
Favor to extend the record.
Aye.
Okay, approved.
Public hearing date, March 2nd, 2020. Number one, job number 18-45AE, MR Property Builders LLC. Record is extended to tonight.
This is another MR Property Builders application. This was for 24 condominium units located on Albany Avenue. It's just north of the funeral home on Albany Avenue. So all the departmental comments have been satisfied in this application. Want to bring to the board for any discussion or conversation. We had a public hearing. There were some speakers there. But wanted to kind of turn over to the board to see what their thoughts were. All departmental comments have been satisfied. Does the board want to extend the record 1 week and bring back for a work session resolution for a recommendation to town board for the change of zone for next week? Or are there any other comments or discussions that anyone wanted to go over with regards to the hearing and the application?
Okay, let's open it up for discussion. Do any of the board members have any comments or anything they want to bring just regarding this application?
Matt, did the attorney get back to you on the traffic study? I thought at one time she was gonna do have a traffic study and she was gonna get back to us on it.
I don't know if we specifically asked them to do a traffic study. If the board wants to request a traffic study from the applicant, we can. They had the outside engineering consultant that reviews the applications on behalf of the town did review the application. They did not request a traffic study for this application, and I don't believe they had any outstanding comments. But if it's a concern that the board has and we want to request it, I can follow up with the applicant and ask them to do a traffic study.
Yeah, I definitely feel more stop signs. There should be one at Albany. There's a four-way stop sign on Schlegel and Albany. And like I said before, it's difficult getting out of Rainbow and Autumn. And there should be a all-way or four-way stop signs there. Also coming out of the cemetery, it has increased a great deal of traffic. And I don't think she was aware of it. And that's why I thought there was going to be a survey on the traffic.
Is the stop sign the main concern that we're looking for, specifically at Rainbow and Schlegel? Oh, I'm sorry, at Rainbow and Albany?
It would definitely help. Because there's
Okay.
one there is four-way stop sign on Schlegel and Autumn. I'm sorry, Albany. And Rainbow and Albany, they just fly through. Like I said, it's very difficult getting out now. And to add, what is it, 20 foot, you're gonna have at least 20, 30 cars coming out of there now. And I just think it's gonna be heavy traffic there.
I mean, yeah, we can definitely bring it back to the planning department. We can ask the applicant about a traffic study. We could also look at it from a town, traffic safety committee as well, in terms of looking at stop signs and things like that. But yeah, we can circle back on that if the board wants to just extend the record on this, and we can, I can follow up with the planning department and also the applicant and see what we can do in terms of more of an analysis of that intersection specifically and in that area. Maybe they can do some traffic counts or something like that.
Right. The reason I say that, I'm in the development, and to get into this development, there's 150 homes in my development. There's only one way, two ways in and two ways out. One is Rainbow and Albany, and the other is Schlegel and Autumn. That's the only way you can get out of the development I'm in, and there's 150 homes here.
Okay.
So there's a huge difference. Now, when you put the other homes up near the funeral home, and then these homes are going to be next to the funeral home, you're gonna have a great deal of traffic. You still have it. And then next to that, which I explained to him before, is the 76 homes that were built, about 5-6 years ago? And they all
Mhm.
use that thoroughfare getting in and out.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'll circle back. Maybe we can ask the applicant to do some type of counts, and then we can use that maybe information at the traffic safety committee. I know
That would be
just
good.
because I work with the traffic safety committee, I know sometimes too many stop signs is also a problem, right? So if there is a four-way intersection at Schlegel and Albany, I don't know if, I'm not a traffic engineer. I don't know if Rainbow in Albany is also going to warrant it, but maybe we can ask the applicant to study the counts, and then we can discover or explore some type of other traffic calming or some other mitigation measure that could address the traffic.
Sounds good.
All right,
Okay, so
recommend in terms of extending the record.
I'd say let's extend the record 3 weeks. That would put us at what, the end of June,
Right.
8th, 15th, 22nd, and that we can circle back after then and see, if they need more time on that, or if we need more time at analyzing it.
So we need a motion to extend the record to 6/22, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Motion by second by Julianne, all in favor?
Aye.
That's it on the agenda.
Anybody would like? No? Rich?
Yeah, just on the last application, as they're on a review of the survey or maps of the area, was interested in the pattern of development in the area, given that there's perhaps some other large parcels nearby that developed, undeveloped, or going to be the subject of future land use developments. I think in furtherance of Mr. Wynn's concerns, I think that an additional inquiry to the planning, traffic experts or otherwise could include a look at the pattern of development as it relates to this project.
Okay. Matt, will you bring that to, we consider that? That's a good point.
Yep, we will bring that back to the conversation with planning and the applicant.
Good, thank you. Anything else? No?
No, next week we have a site plan review that is not a public hearing, but it is a site plan review. We will have an applicant joining us to present an application. But that's all I have.
Okay. Denise? No? Rich? No? Okay, so we need a motion to adjourn. Julianne?
All business being concluded, motion to adjourn at 7:43 PM.
7:43, okay, 7:43. Second, Ed,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Good night, folks.